Hey, you guys, welcome to our second group-wide training of 2024. It is February 6th, and we are going to be talking tonight about a couple of things. We're going to do a little bit, I was going to do a little bit of a recap of World Tour, but everybody that's on here was at World Tour. So maybe we don't need to do that, although I would love to hear your guys' takeaways about maybe like the one thing that stuck with you from World Tour. And then we're going to talk a little bit about transition and getting ourselves prepped for the new catalog in March. I opened up my package of goodies today and pulled out my catalogs, and I'm so excited. There is one thing that I noticed in here, and I don't know if you guys have looked like page by page through the catalog yet, but they did not include pod fragrances. So I saw actually somebody post in one of the leadership pages a list that she made into a sticker. So I'm going to find that again and share it with the group, because you kind of want that in there. So I don't know if that was accidental, or, I mean, the page is beautiful, so I don't know if they didn't want to mess up the page. But I really like having that grid there. But anyway, so we're going to talk about transition. We're going to talk about moving into the spring. Did I say fall catalog before? I don't think I said fall. I think I said new. Spring and summer catalog. But before we do that, Jamie or Nancy or Amanda, any of you guys want to share maybe one or two things that stuck with you from your World Tour experience on Saturday?
For me, it was like, we do our goals start when Jason's hilarious. And then when it says bring back my buddies, and I seen Eeyore was on there, I died. The instant I seen that, I died for the bring back my buddies. But when we start so big and it don't work, go smaller. For me, I want to be big. Like, really, the last 4 days. I just changed it. Sometimes our product sheets are too small for pictures. This took me 2 hours in alphabetical order. Next time, I'm just going to start small and maybe do it like fresh, because they're in alphabetical order. Like, all are warmer group, and we start like time, obviously. Like, for me, I made my team because I have 2 underneath me. I send them messages like, because we have a group chat too, kind of like us, but it's just me and my 2. Send me to just one simple goal for this month, business and just business related. And a fury to my minutes, and they sent them to me. I was like, okay, when do you want to come? Dates, and I said, okay, we're going to do this every Sunday to see where you guys are at. Yeah, it's my business. I also want my downline to grow too. I think that's something important that stuck out to me.
I love that. You're a little bit glitchy, so I might have missed.
Out everywhere.
I might have missed some words. I don't know. It just is it's really choppy, and I don't know if it's mine, but I know that you, first of all, I love your binder that you created. Like, that's fabulous. But I love that you mentioned the going smaller, and I think that's one thing that probably all of us took away, and something that is so simple, but we tend to overcomplicate things, I think, just naturally. And so being reminded to take those big goals or those big tasks or those, big things that we need to work on and break them down into smaller, more bite-sized chunks, I think is going to help everybody trudge through month by month through the entire year, because there's always something big on the horizon. And I think if we just continue to remember to go small and start small, because what did he say? Small things done consistently lead to big results. So if we just remember that. I mean, like, I want to print it out and put it on my computer. Because I'm a person too that's like has a hard time not looking at the big picture. Like, I look at the big picture, but it's hard sometimes to scale back and go, okay, I don't need to do all of this stuff right now. So I love that that was something that you took away. I love your binder. Anybody else? I see Annalisa joined. Nancy, I don't know. I ended up muting you just because I wanted to see if it was going to help with the choppiness of Amanda's, but it didn't. It was really strange. Okay, anybody else want to share a takeaway from World Tour?
I will. So mine also was the start small, because I mean, with being in this business for 8 years, almost 8 years, it's kind of, you forget to go back to the basics. So that's kind of been my whole thing this year, has to go back to the basics. But I also just wanted to kind of share something interesting that on my time hop from 7 years ago, it popped up that Kim and I were at my first world tour, and it was just her and I. And then this year we had such a large group, and it's just so exciting that you guys are taking time out of your business to join and to come to these events and teach yourself and to get their training. And because to me, like, Sensi's a family. So like, some of my greatest friendships have been from Sensi. And that you guys are immersing yourself and you're putting yourselves out there and you're coming in, helps. And it's so nice to know that you guys are wanting to do that for your business. So thank you for showing up.
One second, Jamie. I heard everything that you said, but I'm trying not to type the things that I'm saying. I was just saying to Amanda, because she said it was super choppy for her. So I'm wondering if it's her connection that's choppy. So
Yeah.
Amanda, if you're still on there, try logging out and logging back in and see if maybe that helps. Because I didn't have any issues with Jamie's being choppy. I mean, I'm not like saying it's your fault, but but it might be your connection that's making it choppy. Look, she's like, I'm out of here.
I have one other thing, but I'm going to wait till she pops back in.
Okay.
That, it's what we talked about Saturday, not from World Tour, but see what she does. But it's just still so crazy to think, like, it was just you and I 7 years ago, and now here we are.
Yeah, we had
So many people.
22 people, I think, including me. In my time hop this morning, my first one popped up and I was all by myself. I had nobody. I had no upline here. I mean, because I was under Ashley, who is in Florida, and Laura's in Georgia. So it's like I had nobody, had nobody. I was all by my lonesome and nobody adopted me. I literally was by myself. But that's probably because I didn't want anyone to adopt. I was brand new. I was only 6 weeks into Sensi when I went to my first world tour. So I was super shy, didn't want to talk to anybody, all that good stuff. So, all right, well,
she comes back.
I know. I was like, gosh, I hope she didn't like get mad. I wasn't like,
No, I just hope like her connection's good enough that she's able to come back.
yeah. And if not, we've got the recording. And like I said, I didn't have any issues with yours. So I think maybe it was her connection that was, here she comes. Let's see. She's connected. And then you can share your other thing and then I'll move on if unless the others have something to share.
I see she's not unmuted, so I'm just gonna go. So I was at a leaders retreat 2 weeks ago. So I had 2 weekends of Sensi. And something that Laura Godwin, which I know a lot of you newbies don't know who she is, but she's amazing. She's our upline. So if you ever need any YouTube training or anything, definitely look her up. But she had posted, or we were all sitting in a room, and one of the first days was, one of the questions was, how do you do your business on days that you don't feel like doing your business? And her response was, we need to stop treating this business based on emotions and start treating it like a business, making a task list and figuring out what we need to do each day and making sure to do it. Like you get up and you go to work every day. So we need to start treating this like an actual job and not based on how our emotions are feeling. And that was exactly what I needed to hear. So I'm kind of hoping that helps someone else as well, to not just feel like you don't know what to do. Like do a 15-minute, what are they called? Why am I blanking on what they're called? It's like like you have a 15-minute task, income producing activities, IPA. Do a 15-minute IPA, to make sure, even if it's on a day that you don't feel like doing anything, just making sure that either you're reaching out to, your customers, or you're scheduling posts for your VIP groups and things like that. So yeah, that was all I had.
Awesome. I love it. And I agree 100%. I know that even if we're not doing Scentsy full time, if you want to grow in any capacity, you need to be consistent in this business. And that means showing up on days that you don't feel like it. I was on vacation for 2 weeks and I planned ahead. So I had things scheduled in the group. I had things scheduled in my VIP group, but I was still present. And even when you've been doing this for 8 years or almost 8 years, like Jamie, like your business has gotten to a point where you can take days off or multiple days off where you're not working as hard. You've earned your vacation time. But you have to get to that point, and consistency is the key in that. And I think, like she said, you have to show up and treat it like a job, or it's not going to give you the results that you're looking for. And are there going to be days where, you're sick, whatever? Yeah, at your job, you get a sick day. That's fine. But you don't have anybody else to be accountable to except yourself in this business. I mean, we can say you can be accountable to us, but we're not your bosses. And so we aren't going to be calling you up going, hey, did you work your business today? That's on you. And I agree. There are times where I don't feel like doing anything, but I know that this is my job. And so I have to be present and I have to show up and do something, even on the days where we might not feel like it. So I love that. And I need to get Laura into one of these calls because I realize that we've got so many new people that they may have seen her post here and there in the group page, but they don't know her as well as we do. And you need to, because she's amazing and she's fabulous. And I really, I just wrote a note while Jamie was talking that I'm going to try to get her to come in and guest speak for us and at least do a live or something so that you guys can connect with her. Okay. Anybody else have anything that they want to share, take away from World Tour? I know there's only a handful of us on here and we were all there. I love it. So I'm going to give it like 10 seconds. And if anybody else has anything to share, I'm going to let you do that. And if not, then I'm going to go ahead and move on.
I do.
Yay.
I have never, I'm not really good with words on post, and I see a lot of people posting just different things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's perfectly said, very well worded. And I just, no matter how hard I've tried, I just can't do it. I can't come up with things. And anyways, so he had, suggested, reach out to 5 people. I only did 3 people. And I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's ever going to respond to me. And I did. I actually got 3 different parties, one for March and 2 for April. And I was like, oh my gosh, why have I been so, because I'm scared. I have people that I buy Tupperware from, and I have people that I buy 31 from, and they're constantly messaging me, and it is so irritating. I get so irritated. And I think that's why I don't do it, because I know how I feel. But I think it is the consistency, because sometimes they'll be like, hey, I'm having this sale, or, and I'm like, ooh, sale, ooh, but they do it on their Facebook, but they also send out personal texts. And I just have felt overwhelmed with that sometimes. But I was fascinated on just, hey, I was wondering, I'm reaching out to see if you would be interested in having a Scentsy party. It can be, on Facebook, it can be a book party, it can be this, that. And they all said yes.
Yay.
And so I was like, what? It worked? But
I think got out of your own way.
Yes. And I think that's just what it is. It's because, my whole intention when I did this 3 years ago was just I'm going to be honest, it was just for me to get discounts. But the people that bought for my party have continuously bought from me. And now I have, different people. And I have it in my office at work, but I've never taken it to work because we have a rule that you're not supposed to be selling anything there. But when people come in my office and they smell it or they see my Scentsy flowers and stuff, I've gotten customers that way. So I think it's just me getting out of my comfort zone. And, because people are looking. They were right. People are looking, and I'm just fascinated. And I was in awe with myself because I've been so scared to do it. I did it and it worked.
I love that. And I'm super proud of you for doing that because, and you said, well, I only reached out to 3 people, but you reached out to 3 people and you got 3 parties out of it. Now, even if you would have only gotten 1 party out of it, it would still be awesome, right?
Mhm.
But you got a couple and you did something maybe that you were a little bit scared to do, but you did it and it paid off. And you need to pat yourself on the back because that's fabulous. And I understand where you're coming from in that you said, you've got other people that sell other products. And sometimes when they're messaging you, it feels a lot. And I think we all feel that way sometimes. And we want to tread lightly and be careful to not come across as spammy in our messages.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think a lot of that comes back to when, Sarah, who was the first speaker, was talking about the green light challenge that she does. Now, there's parts of the green light challenge that I like, and there's parts of the green light challenge that I don't like. But one of the things that I like about the green light challenge is making connections with people, because the more you're conversing with people on a regular basis, the less salesy you're going to come across, right? So if you're messaging people and you're commenting on things and you're liking their posts and you're really engaging with them on a regular basis on their social media or through text or whatever, then when you do message them and say, hey, I was wondering if you'd be interested in booking a party, it's more of a natural conversation. It's not, I haven't heard from you in a year, or I haven't talked to you since high school, but I want to know if you want to host a party, right? So that piece of the green light challenge I like, because I like that it gets you in the habit of connecting with people on a regular basis. And so I think that if you find yourself feeling like maybe you're going down that road that you don't want to go down, back it up a little bit and say, let me make some connections with people so that this feels more natural when it's time to ask for something, which it's okay to do, right? But I love that you got out of your comfort zone. I love that you got good results from it, because sometimes if we do things that go out of our comfort zone and we don't get the results we want, then we crawl right back into our shell and be like, I'm not doing that again. That was painful, right? But you had great results. And so I hope that you continue to do that. Jamie, are you raising your hand? Okay.
I just wanted you to finish your thought. So I'm going to do a training on something also that I learned at Leadership Retreat. It's like AI basically that will help us with wording. Cause a lot of times, you see a lot of copy and pasting on Facebook, you see one post that's doing really great, so then everyone steals it. This will help us to kind of take that, but then it'll give us a new direction. So I'm going to be doing a training on that here soon. I got to get with Kim and see kind of when works best for that, but keep an eye out for that, because that helps with wording, and that's even just in personal posts or text messages or anything like that. It's very helpful and it's very easy to use. So just keep an eye out for that. We'll post about it once we get it scheduled and things like that. But that's a fun, handy trick that I learned that I definitely want to bring to you guys.
Well, I'm excited for that.
Me too. I have to play more with it.
I didn't do 5 people either. I did 4 or 3, and I got 3 yeses. And then my sister-in-law said, I think I want to have a party maybe in April. So she actually contacted me on that one. So I was
Nice.
pretty cool. So, but I'm the same way. I worry about wording something, because a lot of people don't know this about me, is I'm severely dyslexic. So everything is a little bit more did I just send that out right? Did I spell everything right? So yes, that I definitely want to go into that training with Jamie on that, because that would help me a lot. and I'm
Awesome.
trying to step out of my comfort. So
I love it. I love that you guys are like open to getting uncomfortable, because I feel like once you start doing the things that scare you, it doesn't mean like you're not like superhuman, but every time you do something that's scary and you get through it, it gets a little bit easier next time. Like you're going to find a new scary thing and you're going to be worried, but then you can think to yourself, remember when I was scared to do this and I did it and I'm still alive to talk about it. So I'm going to do this next scary thing too. So I love it. I love that you guys came to World Tour, and I love that you got so much out of it, because it's a really cool day, and it's like the bridal shower to the SFR wedding. So I would love it if you guys could make it to SFR, because SFR is like World Tour but like a million times better, because it's like it's like World Tour on steroids. It's great. Okay. Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate it. And I think that as people are watching the replay, I think they're going to get a feel for kind of like what kind of things we talked about in World Tour. And there was a lot of really great aha moments from a lot of the consultant speakers. I had a couple aha moments from the home office speakers too, even just Jason saying break things down into smaller chunks, right? It's something that's very basic, but when you sit down and think about it, it's like, yes, I can do that, right? Okay, so, and I know Amanda was going to join, and I saw her comment that she wasn't going to be able to make it, but that was one of her takeaways too, was breaking things down into, smaller bite-sized pieces. Go smaller until you get to a task that you can complete confidently, or at least courageously, and then move on from there. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's talk a little bit about transition. Like I said, I don't think we're going to take the whole hour. I mean, I could take the whole hour, but we're going to talk a little bit about transition. I'm not going to go through everything, but I just want to give you guys just some tips and ideas on things that you can be working on this month as we get ready to transition into the brand new catalog, which I'm really excited for. So if you do not know, almost everything is 10% off this month. Make sure that you know what is excluded from that, which is going to be licensed products, cause products, whiff box, the perfect Scentsy bundles. That might be it. Look at, I'm like, make sure you know what it is, and I can't even think straight. I think it's those 4 things. But make sure that you know, so that if your customers are looking, if you say, don't say everything's on sale, because everything isn't on sale. There are things that are not included in the sale, but promote those things. If you have people that you're following up with to reorder bars, let them know that they're 10% off this month. So they might be a little bit more inclined to purchase as opposed to waiting for the new catalog. The discontinued products list is available, and I would highly recommend kind of hyper focusing on that, because those are the products that literally it's last chance. Now, there is a slim chance we could see some of those things pop up in clearance or a flash sale down the road, but we never know if that's going to happen. So I would never tell anyone to bank on it. If somebody has ordered a fragrance in the past that is on that list, definitely get with them to make sure that they either stock up, or even better, get a Scentsy Club set up for it. Yes. Jamie said Very Merry Cranberry, because good Lord, was that a heartbreaker. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't think I'm over it yet. I remember, okay, so here, funny side story, right? Jamie and I are at SFR in Charlotte last year, and we got our new, we got our catalogs in one of our giveaways, and we're sitting in the hotel room. And she was in the bathroom, and I was in the room looking at the catalog, and literally she comes out of the bathroom and she's like, Kim, and I was like, Jamie, and she said, Very Merry Cranberry's not in the catalog. And we were both like shocked, because that's one that has been around forever, and I was just completely mind blown that it was not. And it's one of Jamie's favorites, I think, because it was her grandma's favorite, right? And so it was a heartbreaker, but she had it in her club, or put it in her club before the end of the catalog, so she was able to keep it, which is great. So if you have people who have fragrances that they love from the fall and winter catalog that are going away, make sure you encourage them to set up a Scentsy Club. And you can use our example or our story as an example, because it does happen, and people are so regretful if they don't set up that club and it doesn't come back in the fall. So definitely push that as much as you can this month. There is a report on Workstation for discontinued products. However, I went into it today and it's pulling up all of last year's products. It's pulling up all of the spring and summer products. Like it's like the whatever filters or parameters they have set up are still from the last time around. So I did see a couple posts in the leadership pages that IT is looking into it to get it fixed to pull in the right products. So you can't really utilize that report just yet, but there will be a report that will automatically pull a list of customers who have ordered any of the discontinuing products that are on that list for going away at the end of this month. Okay. So it's obviously it's going to have, our discontinued product list, right? So anything that's on here that has been ordered in the past is going to pop up on that report. And then you can reach out to those people personally and say, hey, you've ordered this in the past. It's going away at the end of the month. Let me know if I can get you stocked up, or if you want to get a Scentsy Club. Remember, Scentsy Club is only going to be for your bars. Those are the only things that are going to be eligible to go in club if they're going away. Okay. If they can't put in a pod fragrance or a fragrance in pods into club and keep it. It's only for bars, but they could stock up on pods if they want to do that. So just obviously tailor your wording to whatever it is that you're talking to your specific customer about. But whenever possible, definitely highlight Scentsy Club, because that is going to be the best use of resource in terms of them still being able to get their product. And it also is giving you that recurring PRV. So it's a win-win for both sides of both parties, right? I sales reports. Okay, so another thing that you can do to kind of align with the discontinued product report is go through your VIP group if you have one, or through, if you just post on your personal page, go through your personal page or your business page, wherever you do your Scentsy posting. Go through, and I would do this more, I think, for warmers than anything else, because I feel like I post more about warmers than I do about individual fragrances, but let me explain what I'm talking about and then it'll make sense. So if you've ever posted about any of these products that are going away, any of the mini warmers or diffusers or anything like that, you can go back to those posts and you can see who commented on those things or who liked that post. If you made a picture, if you shared a picture of the Reflect diffuser at some point and you said, gosh, isn't this beautiful? And you had 5 people say, oh my gosh, I love that shade, whatever, and they haven't ordered it yet, now's the time to reach out to them and say, hey, I know it's been a minute, but this shade is going away and I know that you loved it when I shared about it. It's 10% off this month. Is now the time that you want to grab it. Okay. So you can go back through your posts to pull out the people that might have been interested in those products. They might not have ordered them, so they were not going to show up on that discontinued product report, but they had an interest in them. And trust me, you guys, people are not going to be like, oh my God, she's bugging me about this shade. No, because it's probably been 2 years and they forgot all about the shade. But if you bring it back to the forefront of their mind, they might be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to treat myself to this shade because it's going away and I really do love it, right? So definitely use that idea as well. Search the terms, whatever product it is in your groups, and go back and look and see who commented or who liked those posts. Okay, that's another great way to do it. There's also some licensed products in here. So you've got the Mickey and Minnie warmers, the Mickey and Minnie wall fans, the Princess wall fans, and the Winnie the Pooh wall fan. So find your Disney fans. Say, all of these things are going away at the end of the month. Now, these licensed ones aren't going to be on sale. I don't think. They typically aren't, but I have not looked specifically. But they're still going away. So let them know if you've had your eye on this, or if you wanted to grab this wall fan for your daughter for her birthday, now is the time because it's going away. Okay. Remember that you want to be providing value to them. So you might want to get this for your daughter, not, hey, do you want to buy this? Like, remember to be offering that value, because that might be enough for them to say, yeah, I do want to grab that. Right. Okay, so, another good thing that you can do this month is reach out to customers who have ordered products that are going to be going up in price. So remember, we have a handful of things that are going up in price with the new catalog. Fragrance flowers are going up, room sprays, body wash, some laundry products. Those are all going up very slightly, but enough in price to where a 10% off discount this month would be a really great deal for them, because especially with like the fragrance flowers, they're going from 16 to 18. Your 3-pack next month is going to be $48. Your 3-pack this month is $40.50. So it's a good savings. And fragrance flowers, they can put away in their closet for Christmas time if they wanted to, right? So offer them that savings, offer them that extra value by having them order them this month instead of waiting until next month, especially if they want to put them away for holiday gifts next year, because you've got your fall winter fragrances out right now, right? If they're ordering in the spring summer catalog, they're going to be ordering spring summer fragrances. And if they wait until fall winter, they're going to be buying them at the higher price. So if it's someone who orders a lot of fragrance flowers, definitely hit those people up, because they can stock up on them while they're a little bit cheaper. And then obviously you're getting that PRV, right? Okay, so that's discontinuing products, increasing price products. We also have new launches coming. We've got St. Patrick's Day coming Monday. We've got Scent and Warmer of the Month, obviously already out, and it's been a huge hit. None of my customers that ordered have gotten it yet, but I've seen lots of pictures from consultants and customers who have gotten theirs already. It is so cute. It's not like, I don't decorate for St. Patrick's Day, so I didn't get it for myself, but lots and lots of people do. So share those pictures that you see. Go into the Facebook search and search Lucky Leprechaun Warmer. Find the pictures that come up and share them with your customers. Even if you don't think they're going to want it, chances are somebody might. Okay. Remember, we can never assume that someone is or isn't going to like something, or is or isn't going to want to spend the money on something, because that's for them to decide and not us. Okay. We also have the Aristocats collection coming out on the 19th. That super cute little Marie warmer and Buddy and fragrance, I think. Yes, fragrance as well. And if you haven't been to World Tour yet, that was a spoiler. Sorry about that. But I think it's already out anyways. I think it's already in Workstation, so it's not really a spoiler. But start thinking about that stuff too, because that's happening this month as well. Don't forget about the Join special this month, which is that the full starter kit includes the brand new container of Scentsy Swipes, which is pretty cool. I actually used some Scentsy Swipes yesterday on the counter, and I love them. I need to figure out how to get them into a little envelope to sample out. I was going to do that, and then I didn't have the envelopes handy, so I just used it myself, but I did love it. So push that. Like, it's another brand new product that's not available yet to consultants, unless they go to World Tour. But it's another bonus item in a starter kit. So if you've had people that have been on the fence, or who have talked about joining, or who are interested in getting information, share with them that there's an exclusive product that they can get in their kit this month that comes out next month. Okay. And then to go along with that, if you do go to World Tour and you get your freebie of Scentsy Swipes, if you can figure out a good way to do it, send those as samples to the people that typically order cleaning products from you. It's a little sneak peek. It's a little perk that they can get ahead of time, and they can try out before they come out on the 1st. I think if you just use, like, I don't have any handy, but like one of the little Mylar zipper baggies and fold it up, like fold it in quarters. They're not that big. So if you fold it into like quarters, shove it in there, press it down, seal it up. You could probably, if you're only sending that and maybe a couple pieces of paper along with it, you could probably send it for one stamp. It's not super thick. So I think you'd probably be able to get away with that. So a cheap little freebie, extra happy mail, something in your thank yous, whatever it is, to get that product into their hands before it becomes available. You could also do that with the dryer sheets. Keep in mind, dryer sheets aren't coming in the catalog, but with as quickly as we sold out of them, I have a feeling that we're going to see them back sooner rather than later, because I think, them offering it as a limited LTO the way they did, obviously, is to kind of get it out there and see how well these are going to sell. Now, people have to get them and use them, but we sold out of them in less than a day. So chances are we're going to see them again at some point. So if you happened to get a box, or if you get the got the whiff box. Get it? Is it this month they're in the whiff box? My months are all messed up. So this month they're in the whiff box. So if you get a whiff box and you get a box of those and you want to sample those out too to your laundry customers, do the same thing. Take one single dryer sheet, fold it into quarters, shove it in an envelope and send it off. And then follow up with your customer and ask if they used it and what they thought of it. Okay. All right. So to start prepping for March, well, before we talk about prepping for March, I was going to share with you guys what I'm sending out in my VIP mailers, because I just did these today. Literally almost put 100 of them in the mail without stamps on them. Jamie's raising her hand. Hold on.
You may have mentioned it. I don't think you did. So sorry if you did. Friendly reminder, do not share the new catalog yet, even though we have it in our hands. Do not kill your February sales because you're sharing stuff from the new catalog. Last chance, first glance parties are very popular right now. But only share like if you gauge an interest and put in a party. Okay, take a poll. What page do you want to see from the new catalog? But do not go oversharing what's coming because you're gonna hinder your February sales.
Yes, people will 100% wait to order if you give them the catalog right now. I guarantee it. Like Jamie said, if you're doing a last glance first chance, oh my gosh, what? A what? Last chance first glance party. You can do that. You can say every time someone places an order, they're going to get to pick a page of the catalog that I'm going to share. Or you can say, pick a fragrance family and I'll share one of the new release fragrances from that family or whatever. You can kind of sprinkle in things here and there, but if you hand over this catalog right now, you can kiss your February sales goodbye. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to work on March yet. We're still in February and it's a short month, but we get an extra day. So you still have like 25 days, 24 days and a couple hours, whatever, to work February. Do not kill February by sharing too much of this too soon. Okay. Excellent point. So my VIP mailers, they're going to go out tomorrow now that I put stamps on them, are very basic. And we could do a whole nother call on this, and we may do that during the course of the year, talking about Happy Mail and things like that. But I just want to share with you guys what I'm putting in them since I had it all handy. In a regular business size envelope, they are getting a copy of the discontinued list. They are getting a Scent and Warmer of the Month flyer with a felt sample. They're getting this St. Patrick's Day rat card size piece of paper, which I can share this. I did not create this. I pulled it from one of the other share pages, but I can share it in the group if anybody wants it. Just make sure you update the information and your QR code so that they're shopping from you and not from me. But they're getting that along with a felt sample of the Follow the Rainbow scent, which if you guys have not tried this yet, Jamie won't like it. It's too fruity, but it's super fruity and it's delicious. If you haven't tried it yet, if you
I like fruit. I don't like bakery.
Oh, okay. Well, then you'll probably like it. I was thinking it was fruit you didn't like. Okay, so Jamie might like it. It's really, really good. It's really good. It reminds me of something else, and I haven't figured out what it is yet, but it's delicious. I'm also sending out a Scentsy Club rat card that kind of compares ordering off my website versus ordering through Scentsy Club to kind of promote Scentsy Club. If it's a thank you mail, they're getting one of my thank you postcards with the note on the back. And then if it's a Scentsy Club person, they're getting wax cash, which I send out with every Scentsy Club thank you. So it's very basic. This is going with one stamp. If it's a thank you, if the thank you is incorporated into the mail, they're also getting a scent circle. And I end up doing the 2-ounce stamp with those, but the regular forever stamp with this stuff. Okay. It's very basic. And actually I was talking to Tara at World Tour, and she was talking about how she's consolidated her thank yous and her Happy Mail and her mailers into one monthly mailing. And I actually decided I'm going to do that too, because while I was on vacation, I got behind on all of my thank you mail. And so my thank yous are going out with my monthly mailers, but I'm actually going to continue to do that on a monthly basis and just do thank yous at the same time, so that I'm not sending out twice as much mail, especially with the fact that postage just keeps going higher and higher and higher. And it also will just, when someone places an order, I will send them the thank you text like I normally do. I'll probably write out their thank you postcard and just put it aside. And then when I go to do the monthly mailers, I will put it all together. Yeah. So was that the same, was that Sarah, the same girl that said she writes out her, yeah. So I do mine in mail merge, but yeah, if you get everything ready, like as you go, then you're not doing so much work at the end of the month, except assembling everything. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. But start prepping for March. Like Jamie said, do not share the entire catalog, but you can use this catalog as incentive for someone to book either a last chance first glance party, which I feel like if someone wants a March party, just set it up now. Just set it up now. Set it up now. If they want to do an online party in March or an in-person party in March or a bag party, whatever kind of party. If they want to do a party in March, totally fine. But I would set up their link now and I would tell them, I'm setting up your link now because we've got almost everything on sale. So if anybody wants to shop early or wants to grab anything from the fall catalog before it goes away, the link is available and ready for them to order. Okay. You don't have to force them into doing their party early. You don't have to force them into anything, but put that out there because that way, and I would tell them, just go ahead and share it now, and then we'll officially do your party in March. Okay. Because it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt you to have that link out there, but they might get a couple orders in if people want to stock up on things that are on sale or discontinuing at the end of the month. Okay. So if you have people that that you're already talking to, or those of you who got parties during the World Tour event, I would recommend getting those party links at least set up and sent to them now so that they have the opportunity to get some orders in before the catalog switch. And then if you want to do the rest of the party in March or April or whenever it is, totally fine. But if you haven't got any parties on this calendar yet, you can utilize this catalog as an incentive. You can tell them that if they set up a party with you for March, that you will send them a catalog or that you will share the PDF of the catalog, the online digital version. Have we seen a flippable one? I don't remember if there was a flippable one in that big thing I posted. Okay, so there's a flippable one out there already that you can share. Obviously, that's cheaper than mailing something, but either way you want to do it, if they want to see the catalog first, try to get them to book a party, and that you'll share the catalog with your hostesses before you're going to share it with your regular customers. Okay. Sometimes that'll, like I said, be enough to get someone to say, sure, I'll do a party. I want to see the catalog right now. I'll do a party. And start going through the catalog yourself. Look at the fragrances that are coming back and start reaching out to those people who have ordered those fragrances in the past. You can find that information in the reporting tab. You can go into sales reports and you can look up by product and you can pull up, it's kind of like the discontinued product report, except you have to create it yourself. But you would put in any of those fragrances that are returning from last year and say, guess what? Whatever it is, Lake My Day is coming back. And I want to get you stocked up on it. Let's set up a party for March so that you can grab some. So utilize the information that's in your catalog now and the reporting tools that are in Workstation to start reaching out to those people as well. Now, as I'm saying all of these things, I want to make sure you guys remember the thing that we talked about at the beginning, right? Go smaller. You don't have to do all of these things, but if you write them down, you can pick and choose which ones you want to do, which ones you want to work on. We still have 20-something days in the month, so there's plenty of time for you to work February and start prepping for March at the same time. I would put more effort into working February until you hit whatever your February goal is. Once you've hit your goal, don't stop. But then you can start pivoting a little bit and working a little bit more on March. But always work the month that you're in before you start worrying about the following month, okay? So definitely focus on those discontinuing products, the products that are going up in price, the things that are on sale right now. Get what orders you can. simultaneously, while those people are ordering, you could ask them if they want to host a party next month so that they can get first dibs on the new products. You can always like intertwine all of these tasks. It's really great. They could do a new season kickoff party, right? Or I'm not good at the creative things. Like you could name it something fun for new catalog, whatever party. But yeah, so definitely work on February 1st, but sprinkle in different things that might be able to pull interest into March as well, because you want to be looking forward, but you don't want to jump too far ahead. And then you're sitting here on the last day of the month going, oh my gosh, I'm not even active yet, but I have 9 parties for next month, right? We want to back it up a little bit and make sure that you're getting your February good before you start really focusing too hard, too far ahead. But I love that you guys, I know some of you, both of you said you have parties for March and April set up already, which I love, because definitely fill those calendars as much as you can. But I wouldn't, for those people that want to do parties in March and April, don't just kind of push them off. Still keep them close to you and be talking about the things that are going away and talking about Scentsy Club and all of that other stuff, because especially if they're customers already, there are probably things that they've ordered that are going away. You can utilize that information to get them into club or get them stocked up or open their party link early, whatever the case may be. All right, anybody have any questions or anything that they want to add or need more information on? No? Lovely. Jamie, anything else that I may have missed that you can think of?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I'm giving you 9 minutes of your day back. That never happens. So again, I want to thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you guys, because again, I think everybody that's on here was at World Tour. So thank you guys for coming to World Tour. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and share and learn and connect with us. And if you have questions about anything that we talked about tonight, or if you go back through notes that you took or just kind of reflect on the World Tour experience and you come up with an idea or a question or something, make sure you take it to the group page and ask or share, because the more that we contribute in there, the better off we all are. The next call, I think I'm going to schedule for March 5th. It's either going to be the 5th or the 12th. I'm going to shoot for the 5th, but I just have to double check calendar. So be looking for information on that. If you have specific topics that you want us to share, I know Jamie is going to talk about the AI and the wording. We may incorporate that into that call, or if we want to do something before that, we absolutely can. Her and I will collaborate on that and get that out to you guys. But most likely look for another notification for the next call on March 5th. And if you guys need anything in the meantime, you know where to find us. So thanks again for hopping on, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.